Hi, I'm Rachel, and this is my author's answer video for February 2019. The author's answer series was started by J.D. Archer and his writing group, so I'll link to his playlist down below because he started putting them on AuthorTube. And several months ago now, I started making the videos, one per month. And now I'm up to question number 23, which is to talk about your favorite POV voice and verb tense. And unlike the last author's answer video that I made, which was really complex for me, this one is really easy. I feel like I have a boilerplate answer, so this should be short and sweet. I like third person, limited omniscience, and past tense. Sorry, there's a lot of sirens. I don't think the video's even picking them up, but I can hear them and they're distracting me. I kind of refer to third-person limited omniscience as my have my cake and eat it too sort of scenario, because I can get a little bit of distance from the character, but not too much, so that I can still get inside their heads. I don't like broad omniscience at all, I don't think. It's too distant from the characters. And I can like reading first person, but for the most part I just don't write in it. I just don't want to be that biased by the character, perhaps. There's something I think that feels more sophisticated about third person, but then again, for first person, I think you have to have a really good take on your character to make him or her sound unique and like a real person. And for my novella, at least, I have a POV, multi-POV scenario, so it could be more complicated, really, to do first person for all of them. But people do tell me my third person sounds different for my characters, so that's good. And as for verb tense, I really like the straightforward, old-time favorite of past tense. It's just what comes naturally. I think it's because of the genesis of storytelling, which is to say, something happened, and now I'm going to tell you about it. It's not happening now. You couldn't tell the first stories in present tense because that was still happening. It wasn't over yet. Sometimes I'm okay with books that delve into present tense. Sometimes I'm lazy enough that I don't even notice things like that. But I do remember reading Mesha Marin's debut novel last year, Sugar Run, last month, I mean, and she had parts of her story take place in the past and parts take place in the present, and the parts in the past were the ones in present tense, I guess to give it a sense of immediacy, while the parts in the present were in past tense. And I find that to be a little jarring. So I feel like just tried and true is past tense. I mean, you're telling a story, it has a beginning, a middle, and an end. It happened. Past tense. So that about covers it for me now. I'm about halfway through my Feb Frenzy, which was one of my quarterly writing goals for the winter. It's this sort of NaNoWriMo light project that I'm taking on with my writing group. For me, it was to try to write something every day, and I specifically did want to work on my fantasy project that I started during real NaNoWriMo, but I quickly put that off to the side. It's been a weird month, I think. I'm still working on edits to my big project, my novella that I've sort of taken over my soul. I really want to see this through to the end, and I don't think I'm the type of person who can do two big projects at once. I mean, the fantasy project is so near the beginning, I still have so much I need to flush out, but my heart and my head is with getting to the end of the corners in my novella, The Corners. So that's what I'm sticking with now, except that I'm not doing it now because I'm doing writing, not editing for Feb Frenzy. That being said, I'm in the middle of reading this series. This is the God Surf series. It's a fantasy series that's very much based on Judaism and biblical sources, and so that's kind of inspiring because my own fantasy project is also sort of based on Jewish inspiration. So most of what I am writing this month is my usual, because I do a lot of writing per month. I do Goodreads book reviews, I do blog posts for my 3 blogs, my literary newsletter, I do personal journaling, I do other stuff. So I've kind of taken this month to unofficially count up all the words, like how much do I actually write per month. I mean, it's well under 50K, but it's something. But I am writing slower this month. I don't know, I've just been distracted by work and other things and sleeping. I think the problem actually is my sleeping schedule is too erratic. So I guess what that means is that I'm encouraging myself to wrap up this video now because I have a blog entry draft that I want to finish tonight, so better get to it. But it's been an interesting experience to take a critical look at my usual writing, not nano writing, but what I actually do for the rest of my months of writing. So I feel pretty good about myself in that way, that I get so much done, and I hope that you do too. So keep writing, everyone, and thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time.